What if the very activity you've always believed to be your path to longevity is now slowly wearing down your independence? We've grown up with the mantra, just keep moving. Doctors, health magazines, and even our neighbors echo the same advice. Take your steps, walk your blocks, move your feet. But after the age of 70, this once cherished prescription can quietly become a hidden trap. The truth is, your aging body isn't just older, it's different. The rules change after 70, and if you're still following yesterday's instructions, you might be walking your way into joint pain, chronic fatigue, or worse, a debilitating fall that rewrites your future in a single moment. The knee that once bent without complaint now clicks with every step. The walk that once felt energizing now leaves you needing a nap. And the fear that starts to creep in, the one you may not say out loud, is this: am I losing my strength? You are not alone. But you do need to hear this. After 70, more walking is not always better. In fact, for many, walking becomes less effective and sometimes even counterproductive when done without understanding the new priorities of an aging body. There is a better way forward. One that doesn't involve counting steps or forcing yourself through stiffness and discomfort. Instead of clinging to a one-size-fits-all model of movement, it's time to embrace a smarter, safer, and more effective approach to staying strong, balanced, and independent in your 70s and beyond. In this article, we will explore 5 crucial practices that should replace excessive walking as your go-to daily habits. These strategies are not just theories, they are backed by research, real-life stories, and decades of senior care experience. They are designed to meet your body where it is today, not where it used to be. So if you're ready to trade exhaustion for energy and fragility for functional strength, keep reading. Because what you do now could shape the next decade of your life, more than anything you've done before. Why walking alone is no longer enough. Walking has long been seen as the universal answer to aging. And in many ways, it is a good thing it gets the blood flowing, stimulates the lungs and heart, and keeps the legs moving. But for seniors over 70, the story changes. The problem is not that walking is bad, it's that walking by itself is incomplete. As you age, the wear and tear on joints becomes more pronounced. Cartilage thins, synovial fluid dries up, and bones become more fragile. A study from the CDC reveals that over 54 million Americans suffer from arthritis, and the majority of them are seniors. Prolonged walking, especially on hard surfaces, can aggravate these joints, creating pain, inflammation, and even long-term mobility issues. Moreover, walking does little to preserve fast-twitch muscle fibers, those responsible for balance, strength, and reaction speed. These fibers deteriorate with age, making falls far more likely. The National Institute on Aging notes that 1 in 4 seniors falls each year, and over 20% of those falls result in serious injury. In short, walking doesn't train what you need most after 70: strength, stability, and neuromuscular control. That's why we must shift the focus not from movement, but from mindless repetition to intentional functionality. The following 5 practices are designed to replace or complement walking with movements that target exactly what your body needs right now. 1. Build strength where it matters. Strength is the foundation of independence. After 70, muscle loss accelerates dramatically, leading to frailty, imbalance, and loss of mobility. This process, known as sarcopenia, affects up to 50% of seniors over the age of 75. And once lost muscle is hard to regain unless you intervene. Strength training is no longer a choice, it is a necessity. But here's the good news: you don't need a gym or heavy weights. You need smart, targeted movements using light resistance enough to stimulate the muscles, build joint support, and activate your metabolism. Resistance bands, water bottles, or even bodyweight exercises are effective tools when done consistently and correctly. Take the story of Alan, age 76. A retired engineer, Alan found himself increasingly dependent on his wife to help him get out of chairs and carry groceries. After introducing a basic strength program, wall sits, chair squats, and seated bicep curls just 3 times a week, he regained his ability to move independently within 6 weeks. The benefits of strength training go beyond the physical. Stronger muscles stabilize the joints, reduce the risk of falls, and improve confidence. They also boost metabolic rate, which helps manage weight and blood sugar, 2 common challenges in senior health. Even your heart benefits. Studies show that resistance training improves cardiovascular function, lowers blood pressure, and reduces markers of inflammation. It's a full-body reset disguised as a simple 15-minute routine. If you can commit to just 2 or 3 days per week of light resistance training, you're not only preserving your strength, you're reclaiming your freedom. 2. Rediscover balance before it's too late. If strength is your foundation, balance is your insurance policy. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related death in people over 65. But what's more heartbreaking is that most falls are preventable. The cause isn't always weak muscles. It's the loss of proprioception, or your body's ability to sense where it is in space. Balance deteriorates silently. You may notice it when putting on shoes or turning too quickly, but the decline often begins years before you feel unstable. That's why balance training should begin before a fall, not after. Simple exercises can create profound results. Standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, walking heel to toe along a hallway, shifting your weight slowly side to side while holding a chair. These aren't just drills, they're daily life rehearsals. For added support, consider practices like Tai Chi. Often called meditation in motion, Tai Chi improves coordination, reduces anxiety, and enhances body awareness. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that seniors practicing Tai Chi experienced a 47.5% reduction in falls compared to those who didn't. Consider Dorothy, age 82. After 2 minor falls shook her confidence, she joined a senior balance class at her community center. Within 2 months, she could stand from a chair without help, walk unaided, and sleep better due to reduced fear of falling. Balance is not just about preventing injury. It's about standing tall, walking freely, and trusting your body again. And with just 5 minutes a day, you can protect what matters most, your mobility and your peace of mind. 3. Restore flexibility to reclaim daily freedom. If strength keeps you mobile and balance keeps you upright, then flexibility ensures you move freely and without pain. Unfortunately, flexibility is one of the most overlooked aspects of senior health and one of the first to decline. With age, muscles shorten, connective tissues stiffen, and joints lose their full range of motion. This leads to difficulty reaching, bending, twisting, or even turning the head. The result isn't just discomfort, it's restriction. And over time, restriction becomes isolation, as simple tasks like dressing, climbing into a car, or reaching for a shelf become frustrating or impossible. Regular flexibility training can reverse this trajectory. Gentle daily stretches help re-lengthen tight muscles and increase synovial fluid in the joints. This reduces friction, enhances circulation, and improves posture. Morning routines that involve overhead stretches, shoulder rolls, neck tilts, or forward bends are surprisingly effective when done consistently. You don't need to contort your body, you need to connect with it. Consider Harold, a 79-year-old former school principal who spent years sitting at a desk. He struggled with tight hips and lower back pain that made getting out of bed a challenge. By integrating just 10 minutes of guided stretching into his mornings, Harold now moves more freely, reports less pain, and even began gardening again. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that older adults who engaged in regular flexibility training improved not just joint range, but their ability to perform daily activities by 35% compared to a control group. Flexibility is not about touching your toes, it's about touching your life again. And every gentle stretch is a message to your body, I'm not done yet. 4. Embrace the water for safe, powerful results. Land-based exercises can be painful and high impact on aging joints. That's where water comes in, a natural equalizer that protects the body while allowing it to grow stronger. Aquatic exercise is not just for swimmers. It includes walking in waist-high water, aerobics resistance movements, and floating stretches. The buoyancy of water offloads up to 90% of your body weight, which means your knees, hips, and spine can move without the usual burden of gravity. It's no surprise that aquatic therapy is widely used in rehabilitation clinics, but you don't have to wait for an injury to benefit from it. Studies published in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation show that aquatic training improves strength, endurance, and balance, while significantly reducing pain. It also supports heart health by improving circulation and reducing blood pressure. Take Maria, age 84, who lives with arthritis in both knees. Land walking left her sore and discouraged, but after joining a local pool class, she began walking in water 3 times a week. Within 6 weeks, her joint pain decreased, her legs grew stronger, and her sleep quality improved dramatically. What makes water unique is its gentle resistance. Every movement works against the water's natural push, strengthening muscles in a controlled, safe way. Even better, the water's pressure aids in lymphatic drainage, reducing swelling and supporting immune function. Aquatic training is not just an alternative. For many seniors, it's the ideal environment to rebuild strength, soothe the joints, and reawaken a love for movement without the fear of falling or pain. 5. Practice mindful movement to sharpen body and mind. While many seniors focus on the body's strength and structure, they often forget the command center, the brain. And one of the most powerful ways to enhance both cognitive and physical health is through mindful movement. Mindful movement practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, and gentle yoga are uniquely suited for older adults. These modalities combine breath control, slow, purposeful movements, and focused awareness. The result, a symphony of brain-body integration that calms the nervous system, improves mobility, and enhances emotional stability. According to research from Harvard Medical School, seniors who practiced Tai Chi for just 12 weeks saw improvements in memory, concentration, and mental resilience. Additionally, studies show that yoga reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, increases gray matter in the brain, and supports parasympathetic function, your rest and repair system. But the mental gains are only part of the story. These practices also improve flexibility, core strength, and postural alignment. They encourage movement without strain, restoring confidence in the body while soothing chronic tension or anxiety. Consider Thomas, age 77, who battled chronic anxiety after his retirement. His daughter introduced him to Qigong videos online. With 15-minute sessions every morning, Thomas experienced calmer moods, deeper sleep, and fewer dizzy spells. He now teaches a beginner class at his local church and credits mindful movement for bringing his nervous system back online. You don't need a yoga mat or incense. You need a quiet space, slow breath, and an open mind. Incorporating mindful movement into your routine is not just about exercise, it's about embodiment. It reconnects you with your breath, your balance, and your sense of presence in the world. Conclusion: walk less, thrive more. If there is one truth that too many people discover too late, it is this: your body at 70 is not the same body you had at 50, and treating it like it is will only accelerate your decline. Walking has its place, but it is not a one-size-fits-all solution for aging. After 70, your body requires more than movement. It needs movement that matters, the kind that protects your joints, rebuilds your muscles, restores your balance, and reconnects you to your purpose. Let us be honest, aging is not easy. It can feel like a betrayal, but it can also be a rebirth. A new chapter where you are no longer striving for speed or appearance, but for depth, strength, and vitality on your terms. The 5 practices we've explored: strength training, balance drills, flexibility exercises, aquatic movement, and mindful techniques are not just strategies. They are lifelines. They are gifts to your future self. They are bridges between where you are and where you want to remain: independent, capable, alive. So if you felt that walking is no longer enough, you're right. But now you're also equipped. You've heard the stories of Alan, Dorothy, Harold, Maria, and Thomas, not fitness gurus, just ordinary seniors who took small steps toward extraordinary transformation. What they discovered is what you now hold in your hands: the power to adapt. And in aging, adaptation isn't just survival, it's freedom. So I encourage you to choose one practice. Start small. Commit to a few minutes each day. You don't have to do everything, just do something consistently and consciously. Your body will thank you. Your spirit will rise to meet you, and you will discover that the second half of life can be stronger, steadier, and more satisfying than you ever imagined. If this article has inspired you to rethink your approach to healthy aging, I invite you to take one more step. Like and subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel. Your support helps us bring more science-backed, life-enhancing insights to people who need them most. Let's keep walking this journey together wisely and well.